Good. So I am recording now. Hi, I'm Adele from Get Gorgeous. Welcome to this presentation. We're going to talk about protein, protein, protein. So please turn off Instagram, turn off Facebook, turn off Twitter, and put your questions in the box as we go along, and we'll have a question and answer session at the end. So get into your listening position. This isn't my bedroom. This is my son's bedroom. He's been evicted. And grab a pen and paper. So tonight, you are in the right place if you want to learn something new. I know that the world of diets is very confusing, very conflicting, but we're going to learn something new together this evening. Now, I know a lot of people have been put off with increasing their protein because of the Atkins and the paleo diet, and even the body coach. Some people have been saying to me that the body coach is quite extreme with his protein intake. So don't be put off with that, because the dietary advice is very, very good. This is the right road to nutrition. The other dietary roads aren't as good, okay? So I've got to be politically correct and say that. I'm going to take my glasses off because they're shining. And how you add protein to your diet is the easiest way, I promise, is the easiest way to burn fat. Protein will help you to keep your body fueled for longer, and you'll end up eating less carbs. So you'll lose weight without having to eat differently from the rest of your family. And I'm going to make it really easy for you to do this, okay? If you know your body, you will respect your body. That was one of the quotes that came through from a customer. And I thought that was brilliant. I thought that was really good, because the more you know yourself, the less likely you are to do things that you know your body won't love. Okay, you're more likely to listen to your body. If you respect it, if you know your body, you're more likely to do the things that it wants. But if you're really confused.com, what am I doing here? What's all these people talking to me about dietary advice? Well, it's my job to go through all the dietary advice. I'm always reading stuff, looking things up, and making sure that I understand it so that I can explain it to you in easy, piecemeal bits, because you're busy. Your big thing is not looking at all this nutritional advice. That's down to me. That's my job. And I recognize that you're overwhelmed, that you're busy. I know, because I'm a mum of three and I'm overwhelmed and busy, but this is my thing. Nutrition and exercise is my thing. So I love it, so I don't mind getting involved with it all. I know that advice is complicated and it is contradictory. Again, it's my job to pull it all apart and make sure that it's simple, it's understandable, and it's simple. Now, you've probably taken plenty of advice already, but you haven't been able to keep the weight off, or you end up being back at square one, where you always end up. Now, if you want to change your relationship with food completely, then you're in the right place this evening. If you get to 7 o'clock each night and you're looking for a sweet treat, then it's my job to try and change that, and I've got ways and means of doing it. So you're in the right place if you're a newbie to nutritional education. Or if you're a supreme athlete and you're looking for some exercise fuel tips. Or maybe you're an experienced dieter and you know that they just don't work. The one thing that you're going to come away with tonight is that protein can help you to manage your health and help you to become healthier, happier, and more shapelier. And that happens to be the Get Gorgeous strapline: leaner, fitter, and shapelier you. And that's what's going to happen. Now, you know diets don't work. You've probably downloaded my ebook. Diets distract you. You're busy. They give you another set of rules and other things that you're going to have to try and fit into your life. And you were set up on a diet to be a failure. Somebody else said that to me. That's not my words. I thought that was a brilliant insight. I mean, who on earth actually wins on a diet? You don't, because you get your goal, okay, but then you go back to the way that you were eating before, or you stop struggling with trying to keep up with the diet and you fail. So you're set up to fail in the beginning. They're too complicated. You've got a million other things to do. You don't need the complication. And the biggest fall down with diets is there's no education. They don't explain why. you're doing something. And if you don't understand the why, for women in particular, I know because I work with you all the time and I know myself, if you don't understand the why, you just don't do it. Your inner teenager goes, not doing that. And generally on a diet, there's nobody to motivate you. That's where I come in. So you're over-emotionally involved in the outcome. But I've got a strategy, an easy strategy, and it's a habit strategy. Now tune out if you're not interested in becoming healthier, fitter, and more shapelier. If you can't commit an hour a week for the next few weeks, don't bother. If you don't want to pay attention to your gorgeous body, don't worry, there'll be other opportunities to join me. Here I am, 18 years as a fitness and nutritional professional. When do I put that up to 19? Maybe I just don't ever bother. I'm a precision nutrition certified coach, okay? And here is comments from people that work with me. They really like Get Gorgeous Facebook page. It's a secret wonderland where everyone is wearing the same shoes. I love that quote. I use it all the time. All the ladies are lovely, very motivating, and this member prefers female community where we all understand each other. We've all got to a certain age. There's no nippiness in our conversations. We're all very, very kind to each other because we get it. And she happened to love my structured approach. I am very pragmatic. I'm very focused in what I do. I have to be in order to do everything that I need to do. So I'm very structured, and if that works for you, then that's brilliant. And I feel with your program, everything is in bite-sized chunks, and that works. So here I am, this is me in New Zealand. Oh, I went to see my sister in New Zealand, and this is the Mecca for teaching instructors, Les Mills. This is New Zealand. I don't know who that is, but I tried to get his autograph, but he wasn't interested. So I'm a weight loss coach, and I specialise in nutrition and exercise, but I prefer myself as a gorgeous coach. I think that's friendlier. I think that's a nicer way to talk to people. I love saying, hello, gorgeous Tracy. Hello, gorgeous Diane. Hello, gorgeous Susan. I just think it makes us feel great straight away. So that's why I came up with it. And I am so used to working with a range of health issues and weight issues. I specialise in Pilates. I'm obsessive about safe exercise. I love what I do. And it is my secret mission to help you enjoy exercise and improve your diet. And I think it's down to who you were taught by with an instructor or your experiences at school that put you off. So here is a convert to exercise. This is a graduate now. She's moved on, but she was saying a few weeks ago that she got the message from Adele saying the website was down this evening and she could have the night off. Now you would think I would be delighted. I certainly would have been in the past, but no, I was gutted. So much so, I took the dogs out to the playing fields and jogged. Am I allowed to tell you how old this lady is? No, I won't. But she wouldn't jog normally. Yes, jogged twice around the field. What have you done to me? Adele Stickland, I am now addicted to exercise. Good. I am a totally different person to the one that started this journey almost 12 weeks ago. I am so thankful I decided to sign up. Thank you so much, Adele. Just sitting down now for my cup of green tea, and a handful of mixed nuts. Life feels great. I have ways of making this happen. So here's what you'll discover today, how adding protein to your diet is the easiest way to burn fat. It keeps your body fueled and you'll end up eating less carbs. I'm totally convinced about this, not just by the research, but I've tested it. I've tested it on me, I've tested it on my kids, on my husband, I've tested it on customers. I know it works, and it takes a while to get your head around it, but once you do, you'll fly. So I'm going to give you 3 new protein sources which are cheap, and I'm going to show you how to, little recipes and cook protein sources. Oh, I've missed out a sentence there. That won't keep you in Don't know what that's supposed to say. So we're going to learn how to add these protein sources as a habit by using my checklist and working with me. And I'm also going to give you 6 nutritional habits or solutions. So here, if you stay to the end, you'll get my protein checklist and you can tick your proteins off as you go along. I've got more than this as we go through. And if you wait to the end of the session, you will receive this wonderful tool. This is me, okay? This is me. I don't know how long ago, 20 years ago, I was fat as a kid. I had thunder thighs. I remember, I just want to give myself a cuddle. I remember trying to run in the school cross-country race. Do you remember your school pal that called your names? Do you still remember her name? I do. I can't say it out loud in case I ever see her again. But there was a girl called, I'm going to call her Florence. I remember her first and her surname, and she turned around and said, Adele, you'll never be skinny. You'll never look at you. And she wasn't even rude to me. It just hit to the core, and I don't think I let it. It didn't bother me in that I did something about it. I just accepted it as the truth. But I was always active, and I've always enjoyed, you know, running around, shouting about and stuff like that. So I thought I could do the cross-country race, and I trained for it. I thought, well, if I'm going to do this, I've got to do some training. God, dear, fat chance. I was in such a mess. I couldn't do it. It was exhausting, and it was too difficult for me. And that gave me the message, oh, blimey, that gave me the message that I can't do this. I can't run around like a lunatic. It wasn't for me. Oh, sorry. Then I went to university and I tried aerobics there, because there was I remember sitting on the settee and this girl from uni came running in, and her thighs were amazing, her bum was gorgeous, and she was getting in the way of my fag smoke and my beer, and I was like, get out the way. But I did notice her legs, and not only did I notice her legs, I noticed what the comments that the boys that were making to her were saying. And I thought, okay, I'm going to go and try this aerobics. So I gave it a go, and I lasted 3 seconds. It was a nightmare. It was so fast. And guess what? I blamed myself. Because I thought I wasn't the type of person that could do an aerobics class. How many of you, have you ever said that to yourself? This isn't for me. I can't do this. But you don't know. You don't know because you might have been taught incorrectly. And I'm now convinced that I was on that class. And it put me off for another 5 years until I met the snotty receptionist at Saatchi & Saatchi. And she really was snotty, bless her. Blonde and beautiful. And she handed me this card and she said, well, you'll never go to the gym, the works gym. So I thought, right, I'm going. And that's where I fell in love with my first instructor. I loved him. He was much older. He was down to earth. We were doing the can, loved it. So that was me hooked. No. Had an injury, had my first son, little Benny. He'll kill me for telling you that. And it didn't really go to plan, I have to be honest. Things were quite difficult. That's my own story. But I started to listen to a chap called Patrick Holford in 1998. Started working with him. Ben was a really poorly child. He didn't sleep until he was 4.5. He had severe eczema. So I started to practice food nutrition and what I could do for Ben to help him and obviously myself. But I had a huge workload. I was working full time, and my friends laughed at me. They'd open my cupboard with my vitamins and stuff like that. They were, what the hell are you on? But I think the real crunch came was after Ben. I just couldn't conceive. I had 9 years of infertility, and at the time I couldn't talk about it. It was horrendous. The shame that I felt was really bad. My body couldn't do what I'd asked it to do, and so I really indulged. I looked at everything, Chinese medicine, anything, alternative, nutrition, the whole lot. I looked at it, and I totally believe that that was for a reason. You know, that was for a reason to get me to where I am now, I hope, to teach you, to help you to be the best person that you can be, to reach your goals as I have now reached mine. I've got another 2 gorgeous kids. They are amazing. Well, mummies always think that. But this is another gorgeous member, and she had to fling us this shot. It's not a very good one, but it speaks loads. This is her jeans that she was wearing. Now, whether or not you ever buy anything from me, you are going to understand more about what you eat and how it is making you unhealthy. Now, this Get Gorgeous member lost 9 centimetres off her waist. I don't know, but that was a lot. And another lost 5% body fat, because that's what we measure body fat. We don't go for the scales. Now, we normally aim for that in a month, so that was really, really good. And this is another member who managed to get her wedding ring off, and she said she hadn't had that off for about 5 years. So these are really big turning points in people. This is why I do it. This is what I love about it. It's because we're positive. I find it very, very difficult to be negative. Why be negative? So for me, this is a positive approach to weight loss. And once you understand the principles of food, it's easier to implement. So it feels like once you've got this education, you can never go back. Okay, you can't take away education. Once you've got it, it's there in your head for life. So you'll know a banana is always going to hit your insulin level through the roof. Bananas and grapes, right up there, okay? You're never going to lose that now. You're never going to look at a banana in the same way, especially when it's covered with chocolate. So look at the food you can eat, and it will make you leaner, fitter, and shapelier. A positive approach. Do you suffer from headaches? Do you feel menopausal? Have you considered that it's your food that's making you feel like that? I have. It could be your diet that's making you feel under the weather. So with the Kickstart, Get Gorgeous Kickstart, there are 6 nutritional habits that we talk about. Increasing your protein is one of them, and becoming leaner and fitter and shapelier is the outcome. So there's 6 habits, 6 nutritional modules, plus exercise. We love exercise. We like Pilates exercise, we like leg exercise, we like cardio exercise, we like HIIT exercise. We love them all, don't we? And adherence. We love adherence. Proteins are good for your health. Okay? I'm going to be a little bit sciencey, and if I annoy you or frustrate you, write down the questions in the box and we'll answer them at the end. But proteins are part of the macronutrients. They're also fats and carbohydrates. I'm sure you know that. When a protein is broken down, it's broken down into amino acid, and the body needs it. Fatty acids and carbohydrates are broken down into fatty acids. Now, their component parts are used by the body, and they are all energy sources. But what is fascinating is these energy sources, protein, fats and carbohydrates, are used at different times during your body. Did you know that? Fascinating stuff. You can't burn fat, body fat, if you've got too much carbohydrates in your body. Okay, so it doesn't matter if you've only had one smoothie during the day, you're not going to be burning fat because your insulin level is going to be through the roof. Am I getting too complicated too quick? Sorry. Fat is slow burning. So when you're sat down watching telly right now, if you haven't had a cake 10 minutes ago, somebody might have, you're burning fat. Now, that doesn't necessarily mean your muffin tops, but it's the energy source, the fatty acid. But it could be the muffin top if you've got an even keel in your body. Carbohydrates are burnt when you're doing high intensity work. Now, let's be honest, how often do you do high intensity work? So how often do you need that amount of carbohydrates? That's the thing you need to get your head around. Protein generates the fuel. All of these. You can't burn proteins, you can't burn fats, you can't burn carbohydrates without having protein in your body. That's why they're essential. They are the hero. Proteins are heroes. It is required for everything that you do in your body. Now, this is the Eat Well plate. You will have heard me go on about this because, as I said to you, I've got 2 kids at primary school. This is always being advertised in the primary times. And here's your vegetables, which are carbohydrates. Here are your carbohydrates. So how much of that plate is carbohydrates? That's the guidelines that we're living to at the moment. That is the reason why we've got such an obesity epidemic. And you've probably heard me talk about this before. I will talk about it a bit later. That's how many fats you're supposed to have. what a load of rubbish. And and look at what fats they are. They look like sunflower oil and margarine, which are the worst types. You've got a little bit of dairy and a little bit of protein, not enough. They've even got chocolate and crisps in there. You're very welcome to eat chocolate and crisps as long as your body can tolerate it, okay? As long as it's just the odd treat. These conventional guidelines, this Eat Well plate, is out of date. It is based on old research. It was based on a chap called Keyes, who was an American, who did a 7-country study. Any dietitian that you talk to will talk to you about the 7-country study. It's massive. Now, Keyes was in America, and we had our own scientist called Yudkin who believed that sugar was causing the obesity. Keyes believed that fat was causing the obesity. So we had these two diametrically opposed, two different opposing views, and one of them won out. Keyes, the American, very big, popular personality. He had the ear of the president, and this became conventional guidelines. They have spent billions of pounds trying to prove the fat link, and they can't. Now we're starting to go back, review the research, and look at sugar. We are basing our diet on a hangover from science that's 30 years old. And this belief has been locked into our conventional wisdom. I don't want to rant too much. I want to get my point across without going, ah! Sir Michael Mosley. He is a contemporary. He's a GP, obviously a bit bigger than that now because he's a TV personality. But what I think is so brilliant is that he is turning around and starting to talk to us and say that we were wrong. And it takes a very big man to say that. He's basing it on research. You know, you've seen him on, I always want to call it I'm a Doctor, Get Me Out of Here, but it's not that, is it? It's Trust Me, I'm a Doctor, that's it. And he has argued that the low-fat industry and high carbs is doing us damage, okay? He's talked about a 7-country study, and he's also said that France and Germany weren't included in that study, and they have huge fat consumptions, eating fat, and they only have modest rates of heart disease. So the whole essence of that country study has been disproved. So we're waiting for the empirical evidence to catch up. Thank you, Sir Michael Mosley. So less carbs and more protein will help you to burn fat. Proteins or amino acids are your hero. And amino acids are essential for living cells. They are essential because the body can't make them. You have to eat them. You have to eat these essential amino acids every day. That's why I'm going on about proteins. Your body needs to synthesize, make proteins to make the cells in your body do their job. They're obviously female because they work very hard. Here's a nice protein. Do you eat a lot of eggs? I do. Now, a complete protein refers to an amino acid. Now, there's 20 amino acids, most of which your body can synthesize, but there are 9 essential amino acids that your body can't make. So a complete protein is a protein that has all 9 essential amino acids. Guess which one is an essential amino acid? An egg. So eat an egg and you'll be fine. Sorted. This is my snack. I have this quite a lot. That's an apple from the garden. We've got thousands of them. And cheese. Bring back cheese. Protein underpins everything you do. It's required for cell growth. It's required for repair. Children, elderly, they need protein. Anyone who is ill requires a good intake of protein to repair cells and heal cells. Now, proteins have micronutrients. Micronutrients are vitamins and minerals. Macronutrients are your carbs, proteins, and fat. So your micronutrients that are in protein are iron. Does this ring a bell, girls? B vitamin. Does that ring a bell, girls? Magnesium. Who needs magnesium? Who needs zinc? They are girl vitamins. We need these. Okay? Sausages! I'm not very good at diets that don't make sense. They've got these mad rules like avoid sausages on a Thursday. Well, avoid sausages if you want unless they come from a butcher. Why wouldn't you eat butcher sausages? Fabulous. They're a good source of protein. You know what's in them. They're not full of gluten or they're not being breaded up or stuff like that. Go to a good butcher's and they'll be fantastic. Don't go near chicken dippers or nuggets, salamis or pork pies. You know that. Jamie Oliver's done his job. We know not to touch those. Or I was going to do corn and I thought I'd rather do Mo. Love him! So corn, animal protein sources are really good. They're complete protein sources. Eggs, fish, chicken and beef are considered complete protein sources. So I hate to sound beefy about all this. They're the best ones to have. Vegetarians can use tofu and corn as advocated by Mo. Love you, Mo. But you need a much larger quantity to reach the required level, okay? Because I've got vegetarians that I work with as members, and they really struggle bringing up their protein intake. It's got to be much higher, and you might not even feel that hungry. So please, you've really got to concentrate on your protein intake if you're a veggie. But I promised you more sophisticated protein sources. Look at this. Have you ever tried this? You can buy this on Amazon, I'm sure. So a complete protein for a vegetarian is a peanut butter sandwich. Now, I'm not keen on the bready sandwich, but you could do, how about well, that's not a complete protein, so I was going to say peanut butter and celery. But every time a legume, like a bean or a lentil or peanuts, are combined with a grain, like wheat or rice, you can create a complete protein. But the only trouble with that is that you're increasing your wheat and your carbohydrates as well. Okay, so I just want to bring that to your mind, to your thoughts. Now I know Tracy loves my prawn ball, no, my prawn balls, my protein balls. I always have a giggle over this one. No bake, love those words. No bake oatmeal protein energy balls. I'll give you this recipe if you want it, or you can quickly scribble it down if you want. So you need 1.5 cups of rolled oats, protein powder. You choose. I use whey protein powder. I've started to use the Body Coach's one, My Protein. It's very sweet. I've found that all the protein powders make my tummy muscles go. I'm not my tummy muscles, so I'm not keen on it, so I don't use it very often. Cinnamon, chia seeds, they are fabulous. Peanut butter, honey, vanilla extract, raisins and almond milk. Really good for you, almond milk. Here are chia seeds, okay? What you need to do to make your energy balls is you add and it's dead easy. You just bung all those ingredients into a bowl, the oats, the protein powder, the cinnamon and the chia seeds, add the peanut butter, the honey and the vanilla extract, and add the raisins, and the mixture should be really sticky, and then you slowly add 1 tablespoon of liquid, the almond milk, and then put it in the fridge. Bingo, Bob's your uncle. And there you have your homemade protein balls. We love them. So here is how chia seeds are sold. Okay, so if you're looking for them, any packet like this, that's what they look like. Oh, I can't go back. That's what they look like, and they get stuck in your teeth, so you have to watch out for them. Add them to your breakfast if you want, for a protein breakfast. So protein sources would include your eggs. 2 a day is fine. I have more than that, but if you're nervous, 2 a day is fine. Protein sources like nuts, Brazil nuts, walnuts. If you've done my fats webinar, you'll know how to break down your nuts and when to eat them. I.e., you need 3. Anyway, don't go on, Adele. So you can crush them up and add them to your breakfast, and you've got protein for breakfast if you're not wanting eggs. Chia seeds rock the world. Omega-3. I've done it too fast. Omega-3 is really important. If you've done my other webinars, you'll know that we've got a little bit of imbalance between omega-3 and omega-6. Another protein source is quinoa. Quinoa doesn't look like quinoa, does it? How easy is it to cook? Very. So you've got it here. That's where you buy it. Waitrose, Sainsbury's are all the same. This is what it looks uncooked, and that's what it looks like cooked. You just add water. So easy. And here are my recipes. These are obviously ones that I've made. That's my linen. That's my beautiful white non-chipped stuff. Quinoa, lentil and feta salad. It couldn't be easier. You cook the quinoa according to the instructions. You fry some onion, red pepper, whatever you've got lying around. Add some tarragon if you're into your beautiful flavours, and you mix together with tinned lentils. I said that right, yeah. Cucumber, feta, spring onions, orange zest, and orange juice, and a little bit of vinegar to taste. It's amazing. Doesn't that look good? Or how about, now this is another big favourite of mine, quinoa and halloumi. So you just heat the oil, cook the onions and the peppers. They're whole peppers. I couldn't figure out what they were looking at there for a bit. And then you add your quinoa, about 200 grams, and you cook it for 3 minutes. Then you add stock. I always use chicken stock, but vegetable stock if you want. And then you grill the halloumi until it's golden, and you just dress it. I only ever use oil and balsamic vinegar. Now this, I eat this a lot. Protein source, your Greek yogurt. You've heard me talk about Greek yogurt, but it can't be, looks like green yogurt, tastes like green yogurt. It has to be the real deal. And we all know from looking at me on Facebook or having a chat with me that your green yogurt is this one, and it's pronounced Fayard. Fayard, just like that with a silly voice. Fayard. Now I go for 2% because I'm not into low fat. Okay, I'm into big fat. So Greek yogurt is fantastic because it's great for your oral health. It needs to be plain yogurt. It needs to be sugar-free. It helps fight cavities, helps to keep your teeth strong, and helps to fight bad breath. Now, again, sorry to put my finger. The other big thing that I love about Greek yogurt is it contains the most amount of probiotics. Now, if you've done my tummy challenge, you know how big I am on probiotics, but not the branded drinks because they are full of sugar. Okay? Don't tell the Yakult Golds that I said that. They are full of sugar. So I like natural probiotics, and in my tummy challenge I'll give you a whole plethora, whole list of natural probiotics. What's a probiotic? It's a natural bacteria in your stomach that eats all the bad bacteria. So if you've ever had an antibiotic or anything like that, it strips your good bacteria. If you ever had paracetamol or ibuprofen on an empty stomach, it strips all the good bacteria. So you need to reintroduce it, and that's what probiotics do. They help from the effect of antibiotics. Cheese is a great protein source. You know that. But there are some cheeses that have a bigger protein source than others. So Parmesan, for instance, Parmesan, for instance, has a much higher protein source than other things. Mozzarella protein, really good for you. Cottage cheese, you know that you can eat cottage cheese. Well, eat it with wild abandon now. Swiss cheese and cheddar, they're all really good high protein sources. Cheese is obviously a fat as well, so don't go nuts, but don't go nuts. Do you like the pun now? But they're good, you know. I have it as a snack. It's fab. Don't be put off by cheese. Just don't sit down with 3 bottles of wine and loads of cheese. Okay, it's not such a good idea. So what's your biggest aha moment? I'm coming over to the question box, and I want to know what you think. Have you been put off cheese? I was when I did a diet. I can't say the names of them all, but I did a diet school. And I was in it for a while, and I was on the point system, and I would never go near cheese. No way would I go near cheese. What's been your biggest insight? Have you got a food myth that you've been sticking to and that you're concerned about? What's been your biggest aha moment that we've talked about so far? So I'm just coming over to the question box. I know. Cheddar is, good question, Tracy. Full fat cheeses don't seem to have as much protein, and cheddar is a full fat cheese, but they're still good. That's the point. There are cheeses that are better, like Parmesan, but cheddar cheese is still as good. It just doesn't have as much protein as the Parmesan. That's the point I was trying to make. Okay. Any other questions? Well, thank you, Lisa. I'm not going to tell you what Lisa said. She's being funny. Thank you so much. Good. So you don't have any more questions at the moment. If you've got any more questions, put them in the box as we go along, and I'll answer them today. These are the things that I hoped you'd learnt. The one big thing to learn today is eat more protein. It's required for all your body's functions, and you need to eat a complete protein. every day. So do you remember what I meant by that? The essential amino acids, there's 9 of them, and you need to eat a complete protein. Animal sources are the best, I'm sorry. And snack on protein will help you to lose weight. Things like the Fayard yogurt. You like, yes. I'm going to want to make the impossible possible. That's me. So Get Gorgeous Kickstart is all about the education's lessons that you learn to form your new habit. And each module has a new habit, like water. You've done the water challenge. Increasing your water will help you to lose weight. I want to get you into exercise, so I've got this whole module devoted to exercise, more information on protein, getting the point across. You can't take these modules, from what I'm telling you today, in isolation. It has to come with the whole thing. Okay, so I've given you as much information without overloading you, but it has to come together with other things. Don't take it in isolation. Working with your vegetables, working with your carbohydrates, and understanding what's happening to your body with sugar. This has all got to work together. Okay, so it's fabulous that you're getting your head around protein and you're going to start eating more protein, but don't take it in isolation. Get Gorgeous Kickstart, the first module is all about water. Now, did you know that 0.5%, losing 0.5% of water from your body affects your heart? Affects your heart? Well, yeah, think about it. Trying to move sludgy blood around your body really affects the mechanism of your heart. If you get to 6%, you've got complete physical and mental exhaustion. Drink your water, girls. Why should you drink water? Well, if that didn't scare the EBGBs out of you, it dissolves your food. It is a lubricant for your joints. It is a temperature regulator. And we all know about that when we're having our ups and downs. It is a catalyst. This is the serious one. It is a catalyst for your body's functions, and the enzymes can't carry out their little jobs inside your body without water. Kickstart exercise. There are three types of exercise. You know that. Cardio, getting your heart and lungs going. Flexibility, and weight bearing. I see a lot of people that haven't exercised ever, or do one type of exercise. So I'll see a runner and you can spot them a mile off because they can't move, or you'll see a gorgeous yoga body who's got huge flexibility but no cardiovascular strength. You need all three types of exercise to be fit. I'm obsessed by exercise because it makes me feel good, but also because of bone density. There's a history in my family of osteoporosis, so bone density is high on my list. Weight-bearing exercise helps with bone density. Walking is great for lower body, but what are you doing for your upper body? Weight-bearing exercise. Pilates is good for it. All the weights and the bands that you use in Pilates, that's good. Exercise helps keep the aging process at bay. Okay, keeps the brain going. If you're learning something new each week, then that's going to help with the aging process. It helps to stimulate your brain. There's my little chia seeds again, proteins. So I didn't go into this in too much detail, but insulin is secreted whenever you have a sugar intake. Now, whether that's a carbohydrate sugar intake, or just a jammy dogja or a jammy donut, is going to depend on how much insulin you produce. But if you're doing a lot of sugary snacks, or you're eating a lot of carbohydrates, your insulin is in your body an awful lot. So to my mind, a high carb diet is somebody that's having a big bowl of cereal in the morning, followed by fruit juice, and then they're having a sandwich with bread, and then they're having a big dinner with potatoes or pasta. That's high protein. Insulin is in your body all day. You're not going to burn fat. Insulin secretion is more measured in protein-rich food. It's not going to be as high. Protein is good for muscle repair, and it is essential for your amino acids. Broccoli, it's a superfood. Have you seen that on my blog, on my website? Broccoli is a superfood. The Australians might have kale, we've got broccoli. bring on the broccoli. Veg, not fruit. Micronutrients, loads of gorgeous micronutrients in vegetables. You need them, your body needs them, the body will thank you for them. Vegetables have an alkaline load and they help to balance. Do you remember pH 7 from school? They help to balance the acid load that you're getting if you're eating a lot of protein. And it's also good for your digestive health. Carbohydrates, starchy carbs after exercise. Why? Well, your body is more receptive to starchy carbs after exercise. What do I mean by starchy carbs? Well, bread and pastas, but don't forget your vegetables are also carbohydrates. So I'm not talking low carbohydrates, I'm just talking about monitoring your starchy carbs, like your bread and your pasta. Now, your body is more receptive after exercise, and it needs to replace your glycogen that you've used up during your exercise. Complex carbs are better, so the browner the rice. Sugar, insulin insensitivity. If you're having too much sugar, and I mean carbohydrates as well as sugars, simple sugars like white bread has got the same GI index as sugar, pure white sugar. And if your insulin level is really raised, you start having this response. Every time you think about meal, you start secreting more insulin because your body's registered to it. So it's like a Pavlovian response. You know, the doggy, every time the bell went, he would produce digestive juices. Well, it's the same with us. If you're having so much sugar, your body's more tuned into it. And if there's more time between meals, there's more time you can burn fat. You can't use your fat stores until insulin has left the building. Ugh. My little computer is taking a moment. Any more questions as I have a look over there? Right, so Get Gorgeous Kickstart has adherence talking to me. There's my adherent glasses, okay? I've got my adherence, soul support, exercise and group support. So we talk to each other, we acknowledge each other, we acknowledge each other's bad days and good days. Here's one of the sheets that's on the Get Gorgeous Kickstart. There's also a video, an accompanying video, and there's also weekly exercise. See, look, there's my Roz glasses. Dave thinks, my husband thinks I'm very similar to Roz. In fact, he's got our names mixed up. So habits create success. Establishing a habit, make sure that your habit is embedded, and make healthy food a habit, make exercise a habit, make it a habit to adhere, adherence classes, plus checking in with your friends and your peers. Soul support, I cannot stress this enough. We become the average of the 5 people we spend most time with. So if you spend time with positive, successful, healthy weight loss achievers, their attitude is going to reflect on you. You're going to start hearing their voices in your head, and it's going to have a positive effect on you. Okay? Your soul community will help you to succeed with your goals, and you share your achievements on our private forum. Okay? And other girls will support you. Here's one of the comments from, I can't remember, from another member. I'm still on module 4 up to and including the pounds are slipping away. 5 pounds gone now. I feel comfortable in my clothes, have sustained energy, cheat a bit, no problem. And don't feel too bad because my tastes have really changed. That's the point. That's what makes Get Gorgeous different. Your tastes change. You're not having to stick to rules. Your tastes change. That's why the member at the beginning was drinking green tea, because I changed her taste buds. It's fab. Wish I'd done it 10 years ago. I know, I wish I'd got it sorted a lot younger, but hey ho, that's life, that's our journey. Daily affirmations. There is a famous French pharmacist and psychologist who achieved phenomenal recovery rates, and he had this daily affirmation. You must have heard it. Every day, I am feeling healthier and stronger. I am feeling better and better. Just keep repeating that to yourself and it will make a difference. Look at that happy, smiley face. That's the Great West Run last year. I'm doing it again on Sunday. Exercise is retrospective. Bear that in mind, poof, 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 when you're doing your exercise. You love it afterwards. Your happy hormone, your serotonin hormone, is like a drug. Now, sugar releases the same type of drug feeling, both addictive, and I want to swap your sugar rush for an exercise rush. I'm going to do it slowly. I'm going to do it so you don't notice, but I am going to do it. And I'm going to get you running the marathon. No, I'm not. No, I'm not. No, I'm not. So this isn't just theory. This is a gorgeous member. I put her age, but nothing else. Look at the reductions. So pleased. It's not just the body fat. That's on starter week around her abdomen, and that's it on week 12. Neck. So that's body fat. Oh, no, that's... Yeah, that's skin fold. So that's body fat. And then that's general measurements with a tape measure. So that's the way that we register it all. Look at her daily steps. They don't have to be fantastic. You don't need it to be, as long as you're keeping your general activity levels up. Her pulse has gone down. That is a massive sign of internal change. The body is changing. You're not racing all the time. Weight, brilliant. She's lost 26 pounds. Fantastic. But that's not what we're here for. We're here for body fat. We're here for making those internal changes. Fantastic. So this is another member. I love her legs. Look at her beautiful legs. Look at the way she's changed shape. Leaner, fitter, shapelier you. I'm not looking for washboard. I've had 3 kids. I'm never going to get a washboard. But what I'm looking for is getting the best from my body and feeling healthy and energized, learning how to eat the right food and enjoying your life now, this summer. That's a little bit out of date. This winter. Feeling happy about the food that you eat. That's what I want. I want you to feel happy, positive about the food that you eat. Know that it's nourishing you. Know that it's doing something good for you. Okay, even if you want chocolate, it doesn't matter as long as you accept that what you're eating is pleasing you at that moment. It's fine. If you've got all this negativity, oh, I shouldn't eat this chocolate, then it's doing you no good. Enjoy it, eat it, move on. Don't feel guilty. Exercise. You need enough squished into your week, and I've got plans of how to do that. And changing your relationship with food forever. Did I miss a point there? Becoming leaner, fitter and shapelier you. So I'm not sure why you showed up today. Maybe it was to see me in my PJs. It might be that you have never dieted and you don't like the sound of a diet, but you want something as a healthy alternative to a diet. That's Get Gorgeous. It may be that you have been working towards your perfect weight for years and still struggling. Then I've got the key: education, exercise, soul support and adherence. Find out how to be healthier. It might be that you're just curious. Fantastic. But I hope you get this one thing. The secret of becoming healthier, leaner, fitter and shapelier you. Losing weight without feeling knackered. That's the big thing for me. I can't afford to be knackered. I cannot afford to do the 5-2 and starve myself. I cannot do that, run a family, run my business. What would I be like as an instructor? Not a nice one. I cannot afford to go hungry and feeling knackered. So I create habits that help you to eat the right food, and they will enable you to exercise without feeling starving. Your family, your friends feeling really proud of you and your health, and they're looking to you for those changes and how you've done it. It's not hard. Able to leave food on your plate. That's a big thing for people of my generation, leaving food on the plate. I'm really struggling doing that with my kids, but if I put the right things in front of them, then that's okay. So these module habits, they're handed out in the right order, okay? I've made sure that they're in the right order so that they work for you. They're simple. They're easy to follow. I have made them very clear. I hope I've shown you this evening that I try to make things as simple as possible. Overcomplicating things is not the answer. It was the way it was done in the 80s and 90s, but not now. Now things need to be made very clear, simple and straightforward, because you have so much to do. It's not your specialism, it's mine. So it's my job to make it clear. And I want to get under the skin of your old weight loss psyche, your old beliefs that you've got about your diet. And I want to work on changing your beliefs, your subconscious. And in a short period of time, you will lose weight from your waist without dieting. You don't have this radical overhaul of your diet. It is simple. It is not hard work. What a relief. This is Einstein. If you can't explain it to a 6-year-old, you don't understand it yourself. That's the motto that I live by. I make sure that I understand things before I start talking about them. So how do I apply the Get Gorgeous weight loss program to me? Excuse me. Well, you've got a choice. You've always got a choice. You can do it slow. You can spend hours making decisions on what to eat based on your own trial and error, some of which I've told you today, which, let's be honest, if you are time poor, may not seem viable. It may even cost you more money. Or you can do it quickly using my Get Gorgeous Kickstart 6-step process. They're going to get you swimming with dolphins, going to make you reach your goals. Get Gorgeous habits are designed to give you the solution to permanent healthy eating and weight loss. I said goodbye to some of my graduates this weekend. I don't know if you saw the Facebook page. It was really emotional, but I was so proud. They're fantastic. They can stand on their own 2 feet. They've done it. They've achieved their goals and they've maintained it. They didn't want to leave until they'd maintained it, and they now felt comfortable that they had. Fantastic. So I've done my job. Brilliant. So with Get Gorgeous, we work on education, exercise, soul support, adherence, measurements. All of that together is what works. And it is absolutely the easiest and cheapest way to get from being overweight and tired to getting fit, healthy, leaner, fitter, shapelier you. Stop feeling guilty. I've been there. Hugely guilty. Go and hide the chocolate and eat the chocolate in your own time. It's not good for your soul. Eat chocolate, love chocolate. Eat cake, love cake. But if the rest of your day and your week is balanced, then you won't worry about eating cake. Does that make sense? So stop feeling guilty about the food that you eat. Stop feeling depressed about the way you feel. You don't need to. Don't leave your happiness on the table. You can start these healthy, nutritional habits right now. You can go and apply what I've taught you today right now. So what exactly is Get Gorgeous Kickstart? Well, it's nutritional food modules and exercise classes. It's delivered via emails. All you need is Wi-Fi, as the French call it. And at the end of each module, you send back to me, straight through electronically, your completed adherence sheets. Adele, I loved this. Adele, I hated that. Oh, I struggled with this. Oh, that gave me a mood swing. Fine, that's what I want to hear. The more adherence, the more feedback you give me, the more we talk, the more we get over that. So Get Gorgeous is all about eat like you love yourself, move like you love yourself, and speak like you love yourself, act like you love yourself. Easy habits, so your progress is slow but inevitable. Exercise videos, nutritional videos, a bit like this, adherence sheets, measurements, and there is no travel involved. Module 1 is ready now. Your progress is inevitable because it is broken down. You focus on one thing. One of the graduates on our private conversations on the fundamental course was talking about the reason that she made it work is because she focused on one thing. So drinking water might seem like really easy to you, hopefully it does, but if you're only focusing on water, that's your whole habit for that week or for that module, however long it takes you. It becomes embedded and then you move on. And that's why it's simple, because you work at your own pace. You complement your existing way of life. You've got a new understanding of your body. I have got loads of results to share with you. One client lost 7.6% body fat in 8 weeks. Body fat, that's the important bit. 10.5 centimetres of her waist. Really important, as I said before. Pulse from 70 to 62. Wished all her GP wished that all his 60-year-olds were like that. Now, this research has cost me thousands of pounds. I've told you a little bit about my journey. It's cost me thousands on coaching and mentoring and researching, course fees, experience, and I, as an underestimate, probably have based this on £25,000 worth of research. But you don't need to. You can join the fun, and your cost is a fraction. I'm generally about £85 an hour consultancy fee, and you get access to me on this programme. I booked up, so it's the only way you can do it. I've got such a massive busy schedule, as have you, I know. This is cheaper than your gym membership. So you can get started on the Kickstart programme for £89. That's the 6 weeks, 6 modules, £89. And if you're feeling nervous, no problem. 14-day money-back guarantee, no question asked. And as a bonus offer, if you're the first 3 people this evening to come to me, then I will review your dietary record. I will have a look at it and tell you specifically where you need to change. Okay. So that's my little bonus offer to you. Just the 3 people, because that's all I can do. Three of you. If you get back to me as soon as we finish this presentation. So what I'd like you to do now is go to my website, www.get-watches.com. That's the page that you'll get. Hopefully you've seen it before. And if you go up to join online today, click that. That's the member login. That's for the fundamentals. I'm talking about the Kickstart course. The Kickstart, if you join online today, it will take you through to another page, and if you click on Kickstart, £89, it will take you to this page. Create username. So you need to create your own user. What you're going to be taught. You need to put your first name, surname, email, password, twice, and then your address. Okay? And that's where it is. So click on right now and go over to get-watches.com and click on join online today. That's what you'll get. So whilst you do that, we're nearly out of time to talk too much. So I'm going to look down at the questions and see if I've got any questions there. And as I do that, I'd like you to just go over to Get Gorgeous and have a look there. And I'm already trying to find, and I did lay it out, I lost it. I'm also trying to find the in sheet that I promised you, and I can't find it. It's on my screen somewhere, but my screen is now very busy. You see. So I stop talking. So. No, it's gone. There it is. So I'm just going to put that into the handouts. So if you go over to the handouts, you'll see it there. Okay, so it should be over in the Choose file. It should be over in the handouts soon. Right, I'm getting error messages, so I'm going to have to call this a night. But Michelle, hi Michelle, has just asked. Michelle's just asked, how much fruit can I eat a day? Michelle, that is a brilliant question. 2 pieces of fruit, and make sure that you're going for a low GI on your food. Tracy's just asked a technical question. She always says that she has a problem halfway through, about 3/4 of the way through, with sound. Has anybody else got a problem with sound? If you can get back to me in my little question box, I would really, really appreciate it. Thank you. Sorry about that, Tracy. I always see the head mic moving up and down, so it looks from my end as if the audio is good, but that doesn't mean to say that it is. It could be technical, something at your end. I don't want to keep waffling because I know you're busy and I know the people that are watching the recording are busy. So for those of you that are climbing on board, I'll see you at www.get-gorgeous.com and you can book a discovery call if you want. That would be great. Be great to chat to you. But join online today. Come and join me. Come and work with me. I'd love to work with you. I love working with girls. It's fantastic. It's great fun and we'll have fun together. So I'm going to say goodbye now. Love you lots and I'll see you soon. Bye.